Hey everybody, welcome to episode 75. So we made it to 75. First thing I want to tell you is my sickness is full blown now. I know yesterday I was a little rough, but today I'm really rough. So I'm gonna probably switch myself off. I'll probably be in the corner like I always do, but I'm probably going to put the focus on the screen more on this one. I'm gonna cough a lot. I'm gonna sniff a lot. I got my towels here. I can wipe myself. So just bear with me. I apologize in advance for being a slob. So if you want a raw video, this is about as raw as I can get. Outside of you watching me go to the bathroom, this is about as raw as you're gonna get. You can hear it in my nose. I also have the headphones on. Don't ask me why. It's for some reason I was listening to it, and for some reason this has nothing to do with being sick, but for some reason I can hear my voice better. It doesn't sound as bad, even though I sound bad with the headphones on. I don't know. These are, like I said, these are open ears, so it's not like they're noise canceling or anything, but it's helping me hear myself. So I'm just gonna leave them on for now. I'm not gonna listen to any music here while we're on there, but I just got them on. One thing I wanted to point out real quick before we go. Okay, so first let me tell what the videos be if you want to stick around for this one. I'm keep doing music. I was gonna do a comic book review on a modern comic that just came out this week, and I decided at the last minute, I'm not gonna do it. I have some reservations about the comic and some things I want to talk about. Maybe I don't want to get into that stuff on this channel, so I'm gonna go with the music. I know I've been doing the music a lot lately, but that's I'm kind of transitioning. I'm kind of losing my interest in toys and that stuff. I had never lose my interest in comic books. However, I'm really kind of transitioning and focusing on music a lot lately. It just makes me feel good at the moment. So that's what the channel's going to stay music for a while. So if you're here for the comic book stuff, by all means, let me know. Write in the comments and say, hey, I really like your stuff on action figures or Dungeons and Dragons, right? I really don't care about the music as much. That's your thing. Or if you want the music, say, yeah, go with the music. So let me know in the comments. That also, of course, let me make my plug right off the bat. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. The video I posted this morning on the Iron Maiden albums, the ranked Iron Maiden albums, it really hasn't got a lot of views yet, so I can't really make I can't really make a judgment on that one right now. So this one's going to be similar to that, but I'm not going to do albums. I'm going to do songs. I'm going to do my top 10 favorite Blue Oyster Cult songs. So we're going to go back and revisit Blue Oyster Cult a little bit here. I'm in a Blue Oyster Cult mood. I was listening to some BOC while I was working this morning, and I gotta say, I have to finish something by the end of the day today, so I'm gonna try my best to get through it. I need to. I might have to go into them tomorrow, and that kind of sets me back a little bit. So, like I said, I'm trying to work through this sickness as much as I can, but it is wiping me out. So, I might have to crash early today on that. But I'm trying to do this video. It might go long. I don't know. When I start talking, I can't stop. So even if I'm feeling like crap, I can still seem like I still like to talk. So bear with me on that. One thing I just wanted to point out real quick was my son brought back over the audio interface. So one thing though I noticed, I hooked my bass up, through the guitar jack here, this 1/4-inch jack. And I hooked it up from the Zoom. So I put the bass into the Zoom into here. It works fine. However, you can't separate with the software I have that I'm using to record like this. I need to get better software regardless, but this is what I use for my videos. It won't let me record my voice through the microphone on my camera, which is what I'm using for this. And it won't let me record. It won't let me use this as the audio input and that microphone unless I had a dedicated mixer software where I could set the mixer channel up to record off of the Logitech Brio, and then another channel record off this i1 PreSonus which is a pretty decent. I'm not really gonna plug it, but I mean it's pretty decent. It's like $65. I got it for my or $70. I got it for my son for his birthday present because he wanted he wanted to be able to record. I was trying to record on his tablet, and because it had a device setting on the back, it worked, and it does. You can plug this into a tablet or a phone, but again, it's all about the software. You need to have the right software. The software that came with it that you could use on the tablet, the app, only had 2 channels, and he said it was like hit or miss. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it wouldn't. So it didn't really do exactly the trick. So he let me borrow it, and I've got it back here now, and I was just messing around with it. It looks like this also, put a microphone here. So it looks like what I'm going to have to do regardless, and I was going to get to this point just to, improve the videos. I just kind of wanted to wait until I, things started to take off more of the videos and start investing in it, but I think I'm going to get a microphone, a condenser microphone that I can mount to my desk here so you can hear me. So I can plug in my microphone, and I can plug in my guitar or whatever other device I wanted to plug in and be able to mix them together, and then I can still record them on the software that I'm using. So it'll improve the sound, and obviously not while I'm sick, but when I'm normally healthy, it'll improve the sound of my voice a lot, and that might make the videos have a little more quality to them. I just got it. The microphone I'm looking at is an Audio-Technica condenser mic. It's like $100, and then just the other stuff like the cord and the boom, or the microphone boom arm thing. Altogether, it's like $125 to get everything. So I just gotta waiting to put some money aside to invest in that. But once I do, we'll try that out and see how it works, and then I can hook up my bass. And there's a drum machine in there too, so I don't really want to play any songs because, again, I guess if I play a song like "Don't Fear the Reaper," it could get copyright strikes. I'll go through I've got a whole bunch of stuff written down, a bunch of bass lines that I've come up with myself, and I'll just come up with some original bass lines, and that I can match to some rock rhythms and stuff, or some various rhythms, and I'll play a few of those for you just so you can kind of get a feel of my bass playing. And like I said, more I'd like to show you how the zoom works and some of the sounds and stuff, and listen to that Spectre back there and see. It needs work. Like I said, I need to get that thing set up sometime soon, but for now it's working okay. So we'll do that in the future, so that's coming up. Just want to put that out there. Again, did I plug the video? Like and subscribe. Yeah, do that. Like and subscribe. Help me build this channel, because like I said, the quicker I can get to monetization, the quicker I can start taking some money and investing in the videos and make them better. And again, if I can get successful at these videos, I can spend more time making better videos, and I can cut back on some of my other paying gigs and stuff. Just kind of move around my time and focus on it. I like this channel to get going. I think it's a lot of fun. I really feel it's very cathartic for me. And I think I've got some stuff that people want to hear. So hopefully. But we'll see how that goes. All right, here my left nostril's already bothering me. By the way, I don't know if you can plug medicine. I won't put the product name on there, but you know what these are. These things work wonders. They last for about 4 hours, and then it starts to come back. I haven't. They're only supposed to use it like twice a day. I already used it twice today, so I'm going to kind of refrain from that. I took an extra strength Tylenol to kind of hold myself together here for the last couple hours of the day. But I don't know if it's going to work. So like I said, you're getting raw, sick me right now. So let's move on. Let's get me in the corner so you don't have to see me blubbering and coughing and being, icky on camera. So let's go straight over. I'm just going to go to my my Blue Oyster Cult page on YouTube Music. So let's pull that up. And first thing before I'm gonna build. I haven't put. I have an idea of my favorite songs, but I haven't made the list yet. So we're gonna make the list together live. So I'll probably be moving some songs around here and there. But let's first of all, before we get into anything, let's look at like I said, I recommend this for anybody going into music, is to look at the songs. Usually the songs is a pretty good. It's a pretty good way of gauging what's the best stuff or the most popular stuff from a band. So I'm going to go through these a little bit here, and we'll plug in some of the ones that pertain to me, because my list is not going to match this exactly. So I'm going to do 10 songs, top 10. We're going to start with my least favorite first. So let's just look at there for top 10. I know one of these are like the same song, just a different version, so we'll skip that. But they say they're putting number one pops up is "Don't Fear the Reaper." It's a great song. I like it. It's not my favorite. It's a great album too, Agents of Fortune. You know, most people, when they listen to classic rock, you're either going to hear "Don't Fear the Reaper" or "Burning for You." I mean, those are pretty much the two, and that's what they put for their second choice here, "Burning for You." So these are probably their two top most famous songs. Third being Godzilla. Godzilla, very popular, off of Secret, not Secret Trees, off of Spectres. Of course, "Burning for You" is off one of my favorite. Excuse me, favorite albums, Fire Emblem Origins. If I have to pause, I'm going to pause, cough my brains out, and then unpause and come back. So, but I'm going to try to get through this. I should have grabbed something to drink. I didn't grab anything to drink. Okay, then I'm also might pause for that. So, where are we at? Veteran by Psychic War, also off Fire Emblem Origin. Great album. It's the song from Heavy Metal soundtrack. I said they have "Don't Fear Reaper" again off Cult Classics. Let's skip that. Skitties. Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll off of the self-titled Blue Oyster Cult album. A great song. Is that in one of my top? Do I want to put that in my top 10? Let's not yet. Let's get through looking for these. The next song I'm definitely going to put in. Astronomy is one of my favorite Blue Oyster Cult songs for a lot of different reasons. I love the way it. Live version's great. The recorded version's great. Even the more upbeat version they did for Imaginos, that's great too. But it really sets this real weird Blue Oyster Cult mood that I might have tried to explain in some of the other videos on that. But like I said, I get this. Obviously, because of Blue Oyster Cult the way they're very heavily into like science fiction, horror. They've got a very, the music and some of the imagery sets a mood. For me, it goes beyond that. It sets. I mean, I guess it's not beyond the mood, but I mean, a lot of things come to my mind when I listen to Blue Oyster Cult. Like, remember I was talking about driving to Chicago and be on the highway at night, and then and you could see the light of the city coming up in the horizon, and it made me really think of Blue Oyster Cult. I was listening to Revolution by Night when I was on the road that one time, and that type of thing. I had this one dream. I don't know if it was necessarily a dream, or more like just like a, you're kind of thinking while you're half asleep. But I remember I was sleeping one time, and I had this kind of like vision. That sounds hokey, but I guess it's more of like a half dream, maybe a lucid dream, where I was thinking of all these like World War II looking kites that look like World War II planes, and they're all kind of like flying, but they're only flying like 6 feet off the ground, and they're almost like they're tied to posts, like a wind. Those wind socks they put. You see those wind socks, kind of like that, but they're like all like World War II-esque looking like planes. I mean, they almost look like little bombers and stuff, and I just had this, like, I'm just halfway thinking about this, like, and Blue Oyster Cult music was kind of going through my head. I wasn't listening to it, but just kind of going through my head. I was thinking of Blue Oyster Cult. I mean, obviously, Secret Treaties, you got ME-262, it's about the, the German jet. So they already have that kind of element in the music. But I don't know, it really evokes, like, these different thoughts in me that, bands like Iron Maiden, Rush does it to a certain extent. Makes me think of other things. But these bands, they like stir up like these thoughts, and like it stirs my imagination. listen to some of these songs, and they might not do that for other people. And it's because of the type of music it is and how, their whole shtick, kind of it kind of just does that. It's like a thinking man's band, just like Rush is a thinking man's band. Some people call it a nerd band, whatever. Um, but it makes, especially if you're prone to like those type of thoughts too, especially like stuff, it's thoughts of fantasy, delusions of grandeur, delusions in general. This band kind of that feeds into that. So astronomy does that, and then when they talk about the Four Winds Bar, four doors at the or three doors at the Four Winds Bar, two doors locked and windows barred. It's just like it has this. I feel like this storm's coming, or something's coming, and you're kind of hunkered down in this bar. It almost has like a movie, like an old science fiction movie feel to it, where like something's coming, some evil or some alien force or something, and you're hunkered down in this bar. And then there's the girls in there, Candy and Susie, I think, are the two girls in there. Candy Nurse and Susie Deer, I can't remember what they call her. But it's just Candy. I mean, that's such a name right there. I mean, Susie's whatever, but Candy, I'm Candy. I bet you are. That's from Highlander. But it makes me think of like, I usually think of my dad a little bit, and like him watching Candy Striped Nurses all the time. I love that movie. I love Candy Striped Nurses. I watched Candy Striped Nurses. It's like Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to be watching this tonight, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And total letdown, the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Same thing with Candy Striped Nurses. It's the titillation level in that movie is so minuscule. I always thought it was a lot more hardcore than it let on. So my dad's always like, "I watch that Candy Striped Nurses. I don't think you need to be watching that, Tim, at a young age." It's my dad telling me this. Who's, like I said, I've told you stories about my dad. But I ended up watching it myself, hoping for, ooh, what do we got tonight? And nothing. It's like, it's no late night Skinamax. If you remember late night Skinamax. Anyways, let's go back in. Where were we at? Then Came the Last Day of May. That is definitely one of my favorite songs. I'm not gonna say it's number one, but I'm gonna put Astronomy at number 3, and I'm gonna put Last Day. Then Came the Last Day. I'm just gonna put Last Days of May. Shorten a little bit. I play that on the classical guitar and do a classical version and sing it. I really like that. That's definitely one of my, I love, and that also, it paints a mood. It paints this mood. I've never been to Southern California. I've been to Northern California, but I've never been to Southern California. And it paints this like mood of like riding, and not like riding around now, like riding around back in the 70s in like Southern California, and almost going to cross to the border. And just kind of riding in the desert on like a motorcycle or a convertible or something, or even just a regular car, and just riding. It's warm, A lot of Blue Oyster Cult makes me think of driving on highways. It's not just the Revolution by Night album cover that does that. I just get a lot of this feeling like you're driving on a warm night on a highway, and you're not necessarily stoned. I'm not a big pothead. I've smoked it in the past, but I don't actively, now that it's legal, I don't really actively partake. But not necessarily that you're stoned, but you're just in a real good mood, Maybe you have wicked ladies sitting by your side saying, "Where are we?" It's a quote. Oh, by the way, I ordered that today, so it's supposed to come tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow might be, if I feel better, I might be doing the Ace Frehley album. I was just quoting Ace Frehley, the New York Groove there, with the Wicked Ladies part. But yeah, it just has that feeling, and you're kind of like this warm, like Shoot High, Aim Low has that feeling, from Yes, Big Generator. It's just, you get this, like, I'm driving, I'm in a real good mood. I'm not saying I'm stoned, not saying I'm drunk, but I just really feel like I'm in a good mood, and it's warm out, and it's like twilight. Or, as you can see, a sunset. It's usually not a sunrise, not a morning thing, more like an evening thing. It's going in night, and you're just, you're driving, you're kind of like a little bit hallucinating on the road. It'd be nice to have the Wicked Lady sitting by your side saying, "Where are we?" anyways, and you just got that feeling, you know, candy striped nurses are there with you. So, anyways, um, but yeah, great song. Take Me Away off Revolution. Speaking of Revolution by Night, great song. I don't know if I would put Take Me Away in here. It's about obviously being taken away by aliens. Um, I would probably put Shooting Shark over that in there. I'm not sure. Let's hold off on that one. Uh, I guess I'm doing these just out of order, and we'll read them from 10 to 1 once I kind of locked them in here. So where are we at? Take Me Away. I love the night. Oh, it's another one of those. I like some fast songs. Sure, I like some hard songs, right? But Blue Oyster Cult can really do these slow, I guess, good songs to get high to. Yeah, you know, you're a little high. Go to get a little high. You're a little high, and you're watching. You know, and you're listening. It's warm, and you just get this warm, fuzzy feeling, and you're just kind of like, you know, like you're almost like between worlds, like you're slipping in and out of like dimensions type of feeling. It's got that feel to it. So I'm gonna put I Love the Night. I might even put it number 5. Yeah, I might put it. And they all talk about the lovely lady in white. Another lady. It's all about the ladies being with you when you're feeling good. The night. I haven't felt like that in a long time. But anyways, I Love the Night's great. Fire of Unknown Origin. Remember, that's one of my favorite albums, and I just got it recently. I got a video on Fire of Unknown Origins. I'm not going to put that in my top 10, but that's a great song. Soul Survivor. I love that. I love that, the bass line to that. Joan Crawford. There's Godzilla, of course, which that was also repeated. So I've gone past the top 10. I'm just going to look at Extraterrestrial Intelligence. I'm going to put that. I'm just going to call it ETI. I'm going to put that number 8 for now. Vengeance the Pact. I love that song. I don't know if I'm going to put it on there yet, though. Flaming Telepaths. That's a good song. Flaming Telepaths is good. I'm going to put that maybe towards Flaming Telepaths. That's off of Secret Treaties. That's a great album, by the way. I've got a vintage copy of it. I don't know what pressing it is, but there's a vintage copy of that. I would like to get a reissue of it. Mine's the disc's fine. It plays fine. It's a little worn, but it's not. It doesn't skip. It sounds great. The cover is a little vintagey. But I wouldn't mind getting a better copy of Secret Treaties. Club Ninja, Dancing in the Ruins. I think that a video for that. Not the song that I would pick off that album. I would go for Perfect Waters, but I don't know if that's on here. Black Blade. I'm going to put Black Blade number 10. I just like it because I love Michael Moorcock and I love Stormbringer. And I love Blue Oyster Cult. And it's a great song. And it's got this cool thing where he takes pretty sure he's taking an Ebo. And he's just probably even open, not even fretting. Taking an Ebo and just running it across. Ebo's got like a little groove in it. And it's a little it's got a little 9-volt battery in it. It's called the Infinite Sustain device. It just sustains, it just vibrates the string infinitely, and you can do it, whatever. You'd probably hear it like, what's his face? Brian May uses it in the Flash Gordon soundtrack. I'll have that. That's an Ebo. But it also sounds like an Ebo in Black Blade, where he's just kind of running it across. Because I've done that. I've taken my friend's Ebo back in the 90s and ran it against a guitar or my bass, and a guitar specifically, and just kind of did that. And kind of like, hey, that sounds like Black Blade. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know that's not an Ebo. That's what it sounds like to me as an Ebo. Sorry. Sniffling away. You're gonna hear all that sniffly noise. Yes, I'm swallowing my own snot, so don't bust my balls on that one. I'm sure you do too, so don't worry. Black Blade, Don't For the Reaper again here. Burning for You. Nosferatu. Not my top 10, but Nosferatu is a great song off Spectres. Spectres is one of those albums. It's got it's spooky. It's got a song by Nosferatu on it. It's spooky. It's it's got like a very, it's a good song to listen to near Halloween, but it doesn't really make me think of Halloween. It makes me think of horror, yes. Maybe it's the cover, but it makes me think of being in like this old library, which I think that's where they're at. Almost like a workshop, and they have a song called Workshop, or they had a song called Workshop of the Telescopes. It also makes me feel like you're in some kind of like weird, like wizard's workshop type thing, or some scientist, some like Leonardo da Vinci, like library slash workshop, and you're working on potions, you're working on, you know, finding the stairway to the stars. The song "Stairway to the Stars," "Stairway to the Stars." It just has that kind of feel to it. Dominance and Submission, Sacred Treaties. That's a fun song. It's got that's all, a lot of driving. You put me in put me in the back seat, took me for a ride. Radio's on. Can you dig that locomotion? Kingdom of the Radio, 45 RPM. Too much revolution. That's a cool song. I don't know if it's going to go on my list yet. Veteran of the Psychic Wars, great song. It's we've already gone through it, I think. After Dark, which is a pretty decent song. Career of Evil, there's a best of called Career of Evil, and I had it back in like 91, 92. And I loved that. It's hard. My son's got it. I ordered it on Amazon, found a copy. That's a hard album to find. I'd like to have it on vinyl. I've never had it on vinyl. But Career of Evil's, if I look for a good best of, Career of Evil is probably their best of. I just had a cool cover to it. It's got a great selection of songs on it. It starts out with a lot of live stuff, then goes into some studio stuff. Great picks. Black Blade's on there. Emmy 262. Great one. But this is the song Career of Evil. I'm making a career of evil. It's on Secret Treaties. That's a great album, Secret Treaties. Before the Kiss, a Red Cap off the self-titled. It's okay. Heavy Metal, Black and Silver. Heavy Metal, Black and Silver. That's the song I wish they would have used instead of Heavy Metal by Sammy Hagar. Not that I don't like that song, but I think I like Heavy Metal, Black and Silver would have been better. And that's what was supposed to be the title track, but it never became about. Is that going to go on here? I got a Vengeance Pack's got to go on for Heavy Metal, Black and Silver. The Vigil, Revenge of the Vera Gemini. The Vigil, Mirrors, like I said before, Mirrors is not one of my favorite albums. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's got a few okay songs on it, but I would say, for me, Mirrors is a sleeper stinker album. Although the cover, what's going to go into here? The cover, you're in a car again, maybe a long black Cadillac limousine or hearse, like on the cover of, what do you call it, On Your Feet or On Your Knees, and you got this rear view mirror, and you're driving there on a desert road somewhere, at night. But that's the sky I'm talking about, like that sunset sky, but even crazier than that, more color. You're driving through Joshua Tree or something, and yeah, that's what the stuff reminds me of. But the album itself, I'm not a huge fan of. The cover's okay. The cover's cool. Revenge of the Vera Gemini. Weird songs. Weird song titles. The Alchemist, that's off their newest album. Sinful Love. Nothing I pick here on this list is probably going to be after Imaginos. I don't even think I'm going to put anything on from Imaginos. Nothing. And I might put Perfect Water on there of Club Ninja. Otherwise, and if I don't put any Revolution by Night, then I guess Firewood and Orange is going to be the last studio album that I pull from on this list. Stairway to the Stars off the first album. The Red and the Black. It's about Canadian Mounties. Canadian Mountain, baby. What's that word? They have the song on this line in there. Horn swoop me, bungo pony, dog sled on ice. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Always wondered. Horn swoop me, bungo pony, dog sled on ice. What the hell does that mean? Maybe you guys know. Let me know. Reading the lyrics, I was just hearing that. I was like, what the hell did they say? That was weird. Harvester of Eyes. Good song. It's got that break where it goes into the piano. I've opened up my veins too many times. That's a good song. Is that going to go on? Maybe. In the presence of another world. That's a good song off Imaginos. Monsters off Cultosaurus. Subhuman, that's a cool song. Tattoo Vampire, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of Tattoo. Ode on Life Itself. True Confession. The Great Sun Jester, that's also... I'm getting kind of into there. I'm on the land, but I ain't no sheep. I just thought that was the funniest title. She's as beautiful as a foot. She's as beautiful. Cagney Cretans. There's Last Days of My Life. I've got a few spots to fill here. I've got 4 spots to fill. Let's put... They call me Dr. Music. Alright, I guess there's some better songs I thought on yours than I thought. 7 Screaming Dizbusters. I like that song. I'm going to put that maybe number 7. 7 Screaming Dizbusters. 7 Screaming Dizbusters. I'm going to put in number 6. I don't think I came across it yet. Dizbusters. This is why I'm saying most of these songs that I'm picking are on that Career of Evil best of. For number 6, I'm going to put ME-262. That's a great song, but I also love that plane, and I love World War II aviation. I mean, I love tanks too, but I love World War II aviation, and I love the German planes, and I love when they started, the ME-262 is the first jet. ME-262, it's a German jet. The Nazis towards the end of the war, they started they wanted to bring in jet propulsion, so they could outrun like the P-50. The P-51 Mustang was pretty much the fastest attack plane that they had. The Americans did, and the Germans need something that could catch it. But the problem is the jet would just overshoot it. They couldn't get it perfected enough to where the jet could stay with the Mustangs. They would just overshoot them. They're just too fast. It's a jet. But it has a really cool look to it. It almost has this like shark look to it, and it's a cool plane. And it's on the cover. I think it's a pencil sketch or an ink drawing on the cover of Secret Treaties, where the band's all standing there in front of one. So that's an ME-262 right there. Cool plane, cool. And I love the song because of it. I mean, the song's great too. I love the. I put Flaming Telepaths on there. Things might shift here. Just a flaming telepath. I put flaming. I'm going to put it number 2, but that's just because it's the only open spot at the moment. Flaming telepath. I think some of the first 5 are going to get moved around a bit. Let's put on there for number 1. Again, this probably won't be the number 1, but let's throw on Vengeance the Pact. I just love that song. I love to play it. It's about Tarna from the movie Heavy Metal, from the heavy movie Blue Oyster Cult, from Heavy Metal. Vengeance the Pact. I love that song. All right, let's move. Do I like Astronomy better than Last Days of May? Yes, I do. So we're going to move Astronomy to number 1. Astronomy. And we're going to move Vengeance the Pact back down to 4. So let's do this again. So 1 is Astronomy. 2 is Last Days of May. 3. Why have Flaming Telepaths on here twice? Alright, so let's leave 3 open for the moment. Let's put 4. Let's put Vengeance. 5, we'll keep I Love the Night. 6, we'll do ME-262. 7, we'll do 7 Screamers. 7 Screaming Dizbusters, sorry. 8, we'll do ETI. 9, Flaming Telepaths. 10, we'll keep Black Blade. So let's find number 3. What's an album? I feel like I'm forgetting a song that I really like that's not on this list. I'm gonna go back to the albums. That might help me out here. Let's go back to the albums. Let's go to Club Ninja. Is it Perfect Water? I don't think it's my 3rd favorite, but I do like that song. Love the cover and I love the title. Um, Spectres. Let's go back to Spectres. There's another one in there. Oh, Celestial the Queen. I like this song. Celestial the Queen. It's not my favorite, but I like that song. Death Valley Nights. Death Valley Nights. That also makes me think of, well, it's driving through Death Valley at night. Death Valley Nights. They must have, I know they are talking about riding Harleys and stuff. They must have, I know they're from New York, upstate New York, but when they, it seemed like they went out to California pretty quick, as most New Yorkers do, it seems. It's like New York and California is the only two, or, you know, New York and California seem to be the only two states in pop culture. Nothing else exists, unless you like Blues Brothers in Chicago. Yeah, it looks like they went out there and then they drove around a lot. Probably got high a lot, driving around at night or in twilight times, or when sunset in the deserts in California, Southern California. I could see that. In the 70s, too. There was this, I don't know how true this is, but I remember, it's like an urban legend. I remember hearing about it, like, from people, that there's these, I don't know if they're Hell's Angels specifically. They might not be actually Hell's Angels, but there's this bike gang, like they're marauding bike gangs that would just drive around, like, the highways in California, and they would just, like, it was like Road Warrior, they would just throw, like, stuff at people's cars and, and get them to stop, they spike their tires or whatever, or shoot at their cars with shotguns and get people to stop, they would do atrocities to the people, usually the women got the brunt of that, or maybe they both got killed, robbed, there's always these like urban legends that was a thing. Does anybody know if that's true? I kind of did a little bit of research on it on the internet, actually not recently, but I don't know if I came up with anything. I think there was events, things that happened. I mean, there was urban legends that happened in Rochester about similar thing where a bunch of bikers, they're two young couple, were out, getting it on in a car on Old Squirrel Road before they paved it, and some bikers, attacked them and killed them. I don't know if that actually happened either. No, it also might just be an local urban legend from when I grew up as a kid. But, did that happen? Was that a thing in California, like California highways? You think the Chips, think Poncherello and his buddy there, what was his name? What was his buddy's name? They'd be out apprehending some crazed biker marauders out there, robbing and pillaging on the highways. But and if it did happen, it's going to happen in the 70s. It's just weird. I mean, could you imagine with all the people doing YouTube vlogs and video logs which are vlogs and like van life and all this stuff? I'm surprised. It doesn't seem like, and young people are different nowadays. I mean, I'm Gen X and I'm 50. I'm not going to be out riding my motorcycle and pillaging, at my age. So you're thinking like young people. I don't see millennials, and I don't even see like millennials, or Gen Z people even being like Hell's Angels, to tell you the truth. Is every time you see a Hell's Angel, they're old, like old as I am or older. Do young people, are they even into that stuff anymore? Are they out into doing drugs and robbing and killing? I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I mean, it just seems like I can't picture a bunch of millennial bikers, they'd be all worried about, eating vegan and stuff like that, and worrying about, social justice than going out and killing a bunch of people on the highway. Yeah. It definitely seems like a 70s, even an 80s thing, but tell me if that's a true story, if that's actually real or not. And if you have proof, or if you've read something, send me a link so I know, so I can kind of read the article myself. Like I said, it always had been an urban legend as a kid for me, so I don't know if it actually is a real thing. It sounds probable. But yeah, so I mean, Blue Oyster Cult, riding around, on motorcycles or whatever, cars, limousines, hearses, convertibles, driving around at night. in the desert in Southern California, seeing vampires and aliens and wicked lady sitting by her. I just can't get that part. That's not even a Blue Oyster Cult song. It's Ace Frehley line. I can't get that out of my head. Candy Stripe Nurses. I gotta have to watch Candy Stripe Nurses alone. But remember, it's not what you think it is. So be prepared for disappointment if you watch it. Anyways, where are we at here? So I just wanted to go back because I want to fill that spot. Going through the Celestial, the Queen, Celestial, the Golden Age of Leather, Death Valley Nights. Loaded up on beer and cocaine. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what, coked up, drunk, high, on your hog, riding the Southern California deserts, causing mischief. I'm gonna have trouble finding. Let's just throw a good song in there, just for the hell of it. Let's see what's on Cultosaurus besides Marshall Plan's funny, Monsters, Black Blood. I still think Black Blood's my favorite song on that album, which it is. It's called Tyranny Mutations, an album that doesn't get a lot of love. Let's go back there. Red and the Black, Mistress of the Salmon Salt, Seven Screaming Dizbusters. That made it to the list. Hot Rails to Hell. Let's put Hot Rails to Hell. Let's just put it number 3 for the hell of it. It's a rockin' song. Hot Rails. Hot Rails. 1277 extras to heaven. Screaming along like dynamite. Hot Rails to Hell. I love that song. That's also on that. Like I said, just get the career. If you don't want to invest in a huge Blue Oyster Cult thing, I haven't looked at the other best of, so I couldn't tell you. And I don't even think they even listed it, which is weird. They don't even list Career of Evil as an album. Like, is it why? And I remember it's hard to find because it's like not considered a. I don't know if it got like decanonized or whatever, or something wrong with the album. How it just kind of got poo-pooed. I mean, I think Don't Fear the Reaper, the Best of the Blue, or like Essential Blue Oyster Cult, I think has become like the defunct best of. But yeah, I don't even see Career of Evil here. But to me, I mean, it's the best of. I mean, that's the best of. And like I said, a lot of the songs I picked here are on that album. So let's do a rundown here. All right, number 10, we got Black Blade. Number 9, we've got Flaming Telepaths. Number 8, we've got ETI, or Extraterrestrial Intelligence. There's a great live version off of ETI Live, Extraterrestrial Live, right there. Which is, my opinion, their best live album. 7 Screaming Dizbusters. It's just a crazy song. Number 6, that's number 7. Number 6, ME262. Number 5, I Love the Night, off of Spectres. Number 4, Vengeance the Pact, the song about Tarna from Heavy Metal, the movie. Number 3, Hot Rails to Hell. Hot Rails, Hot Rails, Hot Rails. Yeah, it's a great song. Number 2, Last Days of May. Awesome song. And all that stuff I've been talking about Southern Californian deserts and driving around. Listen to Last Days of May. Great song. And then Astronomy. So you're cruising around, Last Days of May. You find the bar, the Four Winds Bar, somewhere out in the desert there, and that's where you're going to hunker down for the storm, the alien invasion, or whatever, the impending doom that's coming. You're going to hunker down there with Candy and her Candy Stripe Nurses and Susie. Hunker down there. So all this stuff is like a story. All these songs, oh my gosh, do they ever fuel your imagination? I mean, you just think of all this stuff. And you just get the warm, fuzzy feeling, and you're just kind of like, oh man, this is good stuff. You listen to the songs. When you sit around, if you get high, smoke a little when you listen to this stuff. Have a couple of cocktails before the kiss, a red cap. So that's another song by them. Sit around, have a couple of drinks, and especially on like a warm, it's September now, so it's not as warm here. But, on a nice warm summer night, even late summer like this too. And, listen to some Blue Oyster Cult, and just kind of sit back with some headphones like these and a chair, comfortable chair, and just kind of tune out and just kind of, like I said, it's not really psychedelic, so you're not going to get that kind of effect. But you're just it's gonna spark your imagination. You're gonna think of, if you listen to my video and you listen to what I've been talking about, you'll think of that stuff, and they'll tell the story about these places, Death Valley Nights. I love the night. It's all about the night. So like I said, it just has that. And I love that. I love that feeling. I love that thought. And this band does that. I mean, if you want that experience, this is the soundtrack to that experience. This band and their albums. So go ahead and listen to them. That's my top 10 list for now. Like I said, I probably, if I really sat down and looked and thought about it, I could probably tweak them and move them around. But I'm going to call those my top 10 Blue Oyster Cult songs. Don't Fear the Reaper's not on there. Godzilla's not on there. Burn and Fuse not on there, which are probably their 3 most popular songs. And I love the songs. Don't get me wrong. Even the Mirrors, I'm not a huge fan of that album, but it's not that I hate the songs on there. It's just not very preferable. But these songs, I believe, exemplify my love of Blue Oyster Cult. And again, you get the whole of that Courier of Evil. I think Vengeance of Pac's not on there, and Last Days of May are not on there, but I think every other song, I Love the Night's not on there. Okay. At least 7 of the songs that are on this list that I made are on that on that best of, or buy the albums, You can get some of them are hard to find. I'm still in the process of putting together most of them on vinyl up to Imaginos. I'm not going to go past Imaginos. Like I said, I may at some point do a listen to the new The Symbol Remains, or like the Star Clock one, or whatever, Revenge, or what the heck was the album called? Something Star Clock. Which is their one that came out in like the aughts. I might go through and listen to those, but I don't know. To me, Blue Oyster Cult is of a certain time. Like a lot of bands, they're of a certain time, and it's just hard to listen to new stuff by bands I love. Yes is another good example of that. I think I liked it when it came out, Talk, but now that I listen to Talk is a terrible album. So I think Big Generator is the last, outside of AWBH. Union's not good either. Although I have some kind of fond memories because it came out, at the time. But I would say Yes is a good band. Where old stuff, great. New stuff, not that good. Yes, or Rush, don't like their new stuff. I guess every band that I love, I don't like their new stuff that much. I just like I think up to the late 80s and then stop. And that's it. All right. Well, I've gone not a full hour, so I knew this was going to be a shorter video. This will be going on a Friday, so if I get the Ace Frehley album tomorrow, I'll sit back and do a deep dive on that album, the Ace Frehley solo album, and then that will be posted on Monday. I should start feeling good over the weekend. Hopefully, I need to get some work done. Getting work done, but I need to get more done, and hopefully I'm not wiped out this weekend, and I can get a lot of stuff done. And I'm going to try to. I said I'm still ahead of myself one day. That's why I didn't want to not make a video today, despite how bad I was feeling. I don't want to stop the machine. I want to keep it going. So, yeah. So I'll probably try to do 2 videos over the weekend. So I should build up a cache for next week. So this will go out on Friday, tomorrow, this video, and then hopefully Ace Frehley on Monday, if not Tuesday. It says tomorrow, but it could come late, and then I won't do it till Saturday, and that would be the one. Saturday would be Tuesday's video, if I can keep in with that schedule. So, all right. Other than that, again, listen to comments. If there's a band that you think I might like, tell me. If there's, it might, if maybe there's a top, maybe you want to hear like my top favorite, whatever, Yes songs or whatever band, Police songs or something. If you want to know some, I'll probably eventually get around to them. But if there's something you guys want to know, let me know, and I'll cover it. Also, let me know if it's music you're into more that I do, Or is it, was it the action figures? Was it Dungeons and Dragons? Was it comic books? What is it really that you really want to see the most of? Stuff that I've done so far. I mean, I'm already to the 75th video, so I've covered a lot of stuff. Pretty much everything that's in my toolbox, or my wheelhouse. So, is something else you want to, listen to, or watch. Most of the time you're just listening to my videos. I mean, it's just me sitting here in a chair. I mean, I might throw up visuals, but it's more you're probably listening to what I say. Me babble on too. Well, all right, let me know, and I'll do that. Again, microphone probably coming sometime soon, so I can do this nice, soft Alan Alda voice, because I've got a face for radio. So, we'll do that. Maybe I'll play some bass on there. The microphone, I could even mic up my guitar. Here's a little bit of guitar. Of course, again, I don't know what I would... But I guess some original stuff I could play that's not copyrighted. Some of my guitar stuff that I've done over the years. Yeah, other than that, there's no toys on the horizon. I think I've canceled all my pre-orders. I'm just picking up things now if I really want them or not. I think I still have that Star Wars action figure set. As you can see, my Jedi poster's down. I'm going to my wall's just... I didn't really organize my wall that well, and things are kind of asymmetrical, and I want them to be a little bit more lined up. So I might move the action figures and do something. But and I got those 6 new coming probably in next month or the month after, so those will have to go somewhere. So again, just kind of moving things around. Oops, always stay a flux. So I'm probably gonna crash here. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more work done here, but it's already 3 o'clock. I think I'm gonna crash and just lay down. Probably fall asleep until I get up in the evening. I haven't even really eaten much today. I'm just don't really have an appetite. But all right, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for bearing with me, and I apologize for me sounding like shit. So that's always a thing. So next time I see you guys, hopefully I feel better. All right, talk to you then. Bye bye.